In this alternate universe adventure, George Washington becomes corrupted by an evil artifact and declares himself King of America, waging war against both his political opponents and the native population. Radon Hagaden must take him down, motivated by a sense of personal revenge that morphs into democratic ideology. As promising as that idea sounds, Ubisoft never really digs into the premise, and narratively, it takes until the final episode to really get going.
Why are you doing this? After all we accomplished, take hold of your senses.
Another delusional savage.
For the first 2 episodes, though, I was desperate to see more of what Washington would be like as a despotic tyrant. Thankfully, in the 3rd episode, you're treated to the chilling sight of the self-crowned king giving fascist pronouncements to crowds from atop a monument he's built to himself.
Your sacrifices inspire me!
The 3rd episode is definitely the best. It opens with one of AC3's spectacular naval battles, and then it's off to a significantly altered version of New York that evokes an atmosphere of panic and depression in a way that the previous settings simply don't. But I still feel like Ubisoft could have done much more with this fascinating concept. If you take the Apple of Eden artifact to be a metaphor for the corrupting influence of power, rather than a sci-fi MacGuffin,
Never touch that!
then the tyranny of King Washington does have the basis of something interesting to say. It just doesn't actually say it.
Do you know any of this, Mr. Franklin?
No, it's news to me.
But you do get some powerful new abilities to play with. Thanks to some magic tea and spirit animal communions, Radon Hagaden gets a new supernatural power in every episode. The wolf lets him turn invisible, and the hawk lets him flit across the rooftops in an approximation of flying.
General Putnam. General Arnold. I sometimes despair of our project. I question my abilities and my strength. But with you two at my side, I believe we will bring liberty to this country. We will bring it with fists of iron. I have assurance of your loyalty.
You have my solemn pledge.
And mine.
Thank you, honorable gentlemen. This country will remember you.
Give no quarter to the savages! You will not succeed here.
You survived. How astonishing. This time I'll make certain of your death.
Mother!
Washington.
Give that here. For good measure.
But who was George Washington? Was he really the first transcendentalist philosopher king in St. Anselm's City of God in Roger Bacon's New Atlantis? What is the significance to modern history of his indirect relationship to Adam Weishaupt? What secrets of U.S. national history remain buried like the bones of this man, and how many others have been, like him, so pivotal to the providence of history showing any light at all upon the topic of U.S. democracy? Because if George Washington had been a bad man, and turned out to have surplus skeletons in his closet, then democracy could have easily been done away with as soon as he died. However, it is a credit to his honor that it has survived, even at the meager 200 and a few years as it has, since it passed from Washington's hands to ours, that is, to we the people of the United States of America.
Commander.
Take it. Take it from me. I do not want it.
No man should possess a power so absolute.
Sink it into the sea. Weight it, and sink it to the bottommost reaches of the ocean.
If one blemish remains to blot the soul's window of this one man, then the whole occupation of democracy and the pursuit of a more free and less restraining form of self-government could well have been written off entirely.
Commander Washington,
I thought I was alone.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's quite all right.
Things appear to be at a stalemate.
I'm afraid so.
Might I suggest, Commander, that a republic cannot survive in a world with so many contending powers?
I beg your pardon.
Elected bodies, to be sure. The war was fought for this. For this nation to prosper. For this nation to thrive. The weakness of a republic must be balanced by a powerful man at its center. A powerful man, Commander, who, if I may be so bold, would be elevated in the eyes of the world if he were given the title of king.
Sir, I believe I can answer you in complete candor. Your proposal raises the greatest mischief that could befall my country. You could not have found a person to whom your schemes are more disagreeable. Let me conjure you then. If you have any regard for your country, concern for yourself, or posterity, or respect for me, to banish these thoughts from your mind. Never communicate as from yourself or anyone else a sentiment of the like nature.
So we must be very careful in how we choose to judge this man's soul as we seek to weigh it against evil incarnate in the form of his proverbial opponent's twin eyes upon the very point of the all-seeing eye in the triangle atop the pyramid with no capstone on the back of the $1 bill.